They played heroes on screen, but villains in real life. Hollywood's golden age stars weren't always the icons fans believed. They hid disturbing secrets that only surfaced after their deaths. From abusive fathers and toxic power plays to sexual predators. Today, we're revealing the hidden darkness behind Hollywood's most beloved legends. 1. Henry Fonda. Henry Fonda built a career playing noble, principled heroes. But at home, his own children described him as distant, detached, and emotionally unavailable. Jane Fonda revealed that her father was physically present, yet emotionally absent, rarely offering affection or praise. His 5 marriages all collapsed under the weight of infidelity and coldness, leaving a trail of heartbreak. While audiences saw a moral leader, his children were left seeking love from a father who never seemed capable of giving it. Don't mistake an actor's image for their reality. Fonda's legacy is forever divided between screen legend and absent father. 2. Wallace Beery. Wallace Beery was one of MGM's highest-paid stars, yet behind his fame lurked a disturbing reputation. Child actors, including Jackie Cooper, recalled Beery's harshness and outright physical abuse. On the set of The Champ, Cooper, just 9 years old, was allegedly slapped and bullied by Beery during filming. Industry insiders whispered about Beery's cruelty for years, but the studio protected him. Fame often shields the worst offenders. Beery's reign of terror over vulnerable co-stars stayed hidden for decades. 3. Faye Dunaway. Brilliant but volatile, Faye Dunaway's talent was constantly overshadowed by her on-set meltdowns. On Chinatown, she allegedly urinated in trash cans between takes and threw a cup of liquid at director Roman Polanski in a fit of rage. Crew members described working with her as exhausting as she swung between brilliance and breakdowns. Though Dunaway denied many claims, the stories persist, painting her as a star who left chaos in her wake. Brilliance doesn't excuse destruction. Dunaway's reputation became as infamous as her performances. 4. Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas was one of Hollywood's most iconic stars, a man known for strength, determination, and unforgettable performances. But after his passing, a troubling story began circulating. An unconfirmed claim that early in his career, Douglas mistreated a young Natalie Wood. The details remain unclear, and with both stars now gone, the full truth may never be known. While his career broke barriers and earned him respect, this lingering rumor has led many to view his legacy with more complexity. Like many Hollywood legends, Douglas's personal life leaves us with questions we may never answer. Even the brightest stars can carry shadows. 5. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn lived like the charming rogue he played on screen. But in 1942, his name hit headlines for the wrong reason. 2 underage girls accused him of statutory rape. Though the court acquitted him, the damage was done. The public now saw Flynn's reckless lifestyle as something darker than mischief, a dangerous disregard for others. The scandal stained his career no matter the legal outcome. Being found innocent doesn't guarantee redemption. For Flynn, the hero mask never fully fit again. 6. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby's voice soothed millions, but his children painted a far colder picture. His son, Gary Crosby, exposed his father's authoritarian parenting. Cold, demanding, and emotionally distant. Crosby's household wasn't filled with music. It was ruled by discipline and silence. His wife, Dixie Lee's struggles with alcoholism added more tension to a home already locked in emotional distance. Not all fathers sing lullabies. Behind Crosby's warm public image was a home chilled by control. 7. Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers' comedic brilliance lit up screens worldwide, but working with him was anything but funny. He refused to break character off camera, confused his co-stars by improvising entire scenes without warning, and frequently clashed with directors like Blake Edwards. Sellers' dedication to his roles pushed him into obsession, creating an unpredictable and often hostile work environment. While audiences laughed, his colleagues endured chaos. Genius can come at everyone else's expense. For Sellers, comedy was a solitary pursuit. 8. Milton Berle. Milton Berle ruled early television, but he couldn't handle fading into history. His disastrous appearance on Saturday Night Live became legendary. Ignoring writers, refusing direction, and shoving outdated jokes into sketches, Berle clashed with the younger cast and derailed entire episodes. His refusal to adapt turned admiration into frustration, as he insisted the spotlight belonged to him alone. Ego can kill a career faster than obscurity. Berle didn't fade gracefully. He fought and lost. If you're finding these hidden truths eye-opening, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Which actor shocked you most so far? Stick around, because the worst revelations are still coming. 9. Orson Welles. Orson Welles revolutionized cinema, yet his own ego often overshadowed his genius. In private, Welles mocked legends like Laurence Olivier and James Stewart, calling them overrated and cowardly. His frustration with Hollywood's studio system only deepened his isolation. Though hailed as a visionary, Welles burned bridges everywhere, leaving behind a career littered with missed chances and fractured relationships. Bitterness turns brilliance into self-sabotage. Welles's greatest rival was always himself. 10. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney played lovable characters for decades, but behind the charm was a man who mistreated colleagues and abused his fame. Allegedly inappropriate with young Elizabeth Taylor and dismissive of her talents, Rooney also bullied other co-stars and industry peers. His real-life arrogance and cruelty shattered the image fans believed for generations. The boyish grin was a mask. Rooney's true character only emerged after his death. 11. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was a comedic genius who made the world laugh, but behind the scenes, his personal life raised serious questions. Known for his relationships with significantly younger women, some underage, Chaplin's private life became scandalous, even in his own time. His marriages were stormy, his lawsuits frequent, and his temper unpredictable. Though his films shaped Hollywood history, Chaplin's personal choices remain a troubling part of his legacy. Even the kings of comedy can hide disturbing truths. Chaplin's charm couldn't cover everything. 12. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy was beloved by audiences for his grounded, relatable performances, but in real life, he was plagued by personal demons. Known for heavy drinking and violent mood swings, Tracy's alcoholism created chaos in his relationships and on set. Despite being married, he carried on a long-term affair with Katharine Hepburn, while battling deep guilt over his personal failures. Those closest to him saw a man haunted by inner conflict. Not all battles are fought on screen. Tracy's greatest struggle was with himself. 13. James Cagney. James Cagney played gangsters on screen, but insiders knew his temper was no act. Known for his hard-nosed attitude, Cagney frequently clashed with directors and was described as controlling and impatient on set. While he carefully maintained a clean public image, rumors swirled about his ruthless behind-the-scenes persona, with some crew members describing working with him as intimidating and exhausting. Reputation is often manufactured. For Cagney, the gangster wasn't just a role, it was a warning. 14. Clark Gable. Clark Gable, nicknamed the King of Hollywood, charmed millions. But behind the scenes, his personal life was far less glamorous. Known for numerous affairs and a controlling personality, Gable's relationships with women were often transactional and short-lived. Some co-stars described him as cold and self-centered, using charm only when it served him. Not all kings deserve their crowns. Gable's private life told a very different story than his films. 15. Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier was considered one of the greatest actors of his generation, but his pursuit of perfection made him unbearable to work with. Known for criticizing co-stars and demanding absolute control on set, Olivier often belittled those who didn't meet his impossibly high standards. His relationship with Vivien Leigh suffered as his ambition overshadowed compassion, leaving colleagues feeling like pawns in his pursuit of greatness. Greatness at the expense of kindness isn't greatness at all. Olivier mastered performance, but struggled with humanity. They made us cheer, laugh, and cry. But behind the glitz of Hollywood's golden age, these icons left behind a legacy far more sinister than their films ever showed. Their fame built the myth. Their secrets revealed the truth. And the truth? Even legends can be villains when the cameras stop rolling.